Hey, this is John from Alloy211. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the BudK Doomsday Prepper Crate. Now, this item is along the same lines as their $25 mystery surprise bag, where you get $25 worth of stuff, but you only pay $18 or something like that. And when I originally purchased this a few months ago, I paid $76. The price has subsequently gone up because, you know, inflation, to $80. But still, they say, in this case, when I bought it, $76 is what it cost, and you get $140 worth of stuff. In fact, I'll read the description that they have here in the BudK catalog. A rugged polymer ammo crate filled with a variety of emergency, survival, outdoor, and other sweet gear. Every item new, never opened, premium quality, no returns accepted. So basically, this is much like the mystery surprise bag, except it's supposed to have some sort of emergency supplies and disaster preparedness and some other sweet stuff. So I thought I'd order it, take a look at what's in it, and see if it actually does come up to the $140 value that I paid $76 for. If you were to buy it now, you pay $80 for it. Now, they change up what's in here, so whatever is in here may not be the same as what would be in it when you ordered it. In fact, I'm sure since this was ordered a couple months ago, it would be different. But it should give you a general idea of what you can expect if you order a BudK Doomsday Mystery Prepper Crate. So without further ado, well, look, actually, let's go ahead and take a look at the outside of the crate first. Now, this is actually pretty nice, solid plastic crate. Pretty solid. You can put a lot of weight on it. I don't know how much weight I'd put on it. I wouldn't bury it underground too deep, even though if you look in their catalog, they have a picture of somebody digging it up. I don't know how well this would hold up if you buried it. So, but still, pretty good crate. A little bulky, but still pretty good. Let's go ahead and open it up. Sticking with the crate, before we move on to the contents, if you look, it does have a rubber gasket seal along the top and some pretty nice, well, I don't want to say pretty nice, but passably nice plastic locking clips. So, crate, again, not bad. One thing I did notice I don't like about the crate is it doesn't seem that I can pop the lid off. Or if I can, it's not very easy to do. I mean, you have, a gap there in the hinge. You can maybe do it. I kind of tried to do it a little bit, but I really felt like I was going to break it. So I decided, let's not break it. It's nice while it's not broken. If I were to break it, it wouldn't be very nice. Now, upon opening it up, as you can see, there's quite a bit of knickknacks in here. Little different things that maybe some of them are useful and maybe some of them not so much. So I guess we'll probably start out with the biggest item in the box. We can see right off the top, which is the Black Legion. Black Legion. It's got a skull there. It's a knife. It's a knife. Let's see, how much do they say this is worth? There we go. I see. It's the Black Legion all-terrain survival knife. 13-inch overall with an 8-inch stainless blade. So let's open her up. Now, as you can see, this appears to be your average silica packet. Seems to be your average flea market Rambo style survival knife. We've all seen these multiple times, and we can all pretty much know what to expect from this. Let's see if I have any paper lying around here. Here's a piece of paper. It's actually my notes for the Zen Fort video. But let's see if this knife will even cut paper. Oh, look at that. Cut paper, okay. Well, I mean, honestly, sharpness-wise, it's not dull. It's not dull, but it's not sharp. I mean, trying to shave hair, couldn't shave a hair off my arm. Well, it shaved a couple little hairs. You can't really see. It did shave a couple of hairs off of there. Not very well though. But I don't think that's and it is very light. I don't know how much it weighs, but this is probably as light as the Sog Seal Pup that we did a video on. It does have some nice, actually has a kind of nice sawback design on the back. I try to be fair. That's actually a neat design, and could actually probably saw some things with the back of that. Maybe. And definitely could saw a piece of bologna with it. Let's go ahead and take the cap off. It's a very crappy little nylon string here. What do we have inside our survival Bowie knife? We have a lot of threads. Oh, got a canister. What's in our canister? What is that? Oh, there we go. Oh, here's our, oh wow, look at that. We've got a little strip for striking our matches on. We've got 5 matches, a small piece of fishing line, and a fishing hook. That is not really useful. Oh, no, there we go. A single band-aid. That single band-aid in there, I'm sure that is something that'll be essential. Essential. Oh man. Oh man, I almost missed it. The most important part of the survival knife, the compass. Wow, I hope we have a bunch more of these in here because there's nothing you can use more than just a handful of compasses. So, not really that impressed with this. Oh, there's a spring inside there. That might be useful. That I could actually see. I think this is the most useful part of this knife. This you might need. Let's go ahead and put all this junk back in here. I mean, survival gear. Let's put the survival gear back in here. Shove that band-aid in there. Shove these matches and this fishing line. I wonder what the test on that fishing line is. I mean, because this hook. I mean, obviously you're catching some big fish with that hook. Like maybe a bluegill. Okay, get this all stuffed back in there. I honestly don't really like stuffing this little abrasive strip back in there, the little striker strip. Seems like a good way for me to accidentally ignite a match. Oh, caught on something. There we go. All in there. Put that in there like our, oh, and then our compass. And for safety's sake, let's get this razor sharp beast out of our way. I mean, it is a pretty big knife. It's pretty big. I'm pretty sure it'd break off. I mean, I think that this little Allen head in here is what holds the blade in place. Maybe that would be another good use for you. Take that out, use this blade as a spear. This would be a good spear. Spears are a very good weapon that are very useful, can be used for a lot of things. Unlike the survival knife, which should be probably used as a as a gift for someone you don't like. So let's go ahead and put our wonderful knife there to the side. Now let's go with something that I do think is useful and I do really like, and I'm glad that was included in here, which is a LED hand crank dynamo flashlight. Oh wait, did I say this was worth, what did they say this was worth? I think I did mention it. Maybe not. But this was $12. $12 for our big survival knife. And our LED dynamo hand crank flashlight, which is, I think, one of our most valuable things in this box. $5. Let's open it up. See how it looks. Basic, you're just basic dynamo flashlight. Oh, I do like the fact it's got, you can see the gears inside. Not really a big fan of the, oh, there we go, of the push style dynamos. I prefer hand crank myself, but, okay, lights off. Oh, well, light comes on, well, might be kind of, well, no, I think you can see it, maybe, we'll get there. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it flash. There we go. As I charge it, even though the switch is off, the light lights up. Now let's go ahead and turn the switch on. There we go. And then we have a light. So this could be useful. I'm going to be honest. I have another dynamo flashlight that I like that also has a solar panel on it. It's definitely a little more pricey than this $5 unit. And now that I have it out of the package, I'm looking at it, it all looks pretty jank, honestly. Like this will break. So I would not want to have to rely on this flashlight. But if my choice is absolute dark or this flashlight, I take this flashlight. So I'm still going to actually consider this kind of a win for the Doomsday Mystery Prepper Crate. Just maybe not as much of a win as I'd hoped before I actually opened it up and took it out of the package. Let's see. Oh man. Another compass. Oh, this one's even better. This is the Trailblazer Lensmatic military style sight compass, which, let's see how much that was worth. $8.50. $8.50 for this compass. Open her up. Just your standard kind of jank compass. Kind of just junky. I mean, it's okay. It'll do the job. I mean, it'll do the same job that the other compasses you have will do. It's not poorly constructed, but it is all pretty plasticky. It's got some screws in the back here holding it. Well, yeah, it's about right. It's pretty good. So it's a functioning compass. So there we go. That's another compass. I think of the compasses we've seen so far, this is probably the best one. So that's not too bad. I'm not going to say I'm upset by that. I'm going to tell you I wouldn't pay $8.50 for it, especially when I have another compass right here on this knife. Set that to the side. I'm gonna go like 50-50 on this being bad. 3-pack tactical web slings straps. This seems like a really odd thing to put in a prepper crate. Like, I don't know why you would. I mean, I can see actually why you would use these. You would, you know, hang extra gear off of them and all that. I haven't opened them up and looked at them, so. Oh, well, that's not bad. It's a nice little Velcro. They have this clip. Clip's not bad. Let's see if I can just do that. I wonder. My thing when I looked at these is like, I don't think they look very strong. And if you hung any sort of significant weight off of it and then you started doing a lot of moving around, I just kind of feel like it'd break. I mean, well, I did just pull that clip out of place, so that wasn't exactly hard. I mean, it's hard to pull that out that way. And it does have this nice little kind of doubled in the loop area there, so you don't really have to worry about that coming out. But like I said, I'm a little worried about it breaking. Let's see if I can break it. I mean, I don't like breaking things, so. Oh, actually, you know, it didn't break. Okay, well, there it broke. There it broke. I have two more though, and I kind of like the black and the brown better, but I'll know. Oh, look at that, you ever. Well, hollow plastic hook. Like I said, they're not bad. You can hang stuff from them, but they're obviously not that strong. I just broke it with not a lot of ease, or not a lot of ease, not a lot of difficulty. So those are, what is that? Let's see how much those are worth. Wow, $7. $7. I would definitely not pay $7 for 3 of those. Let's see. Oh, here's what we need. Luckily, the CDC just recently lifted any mask mandates. But let's pull this bad boy off. Let's see what this looks like. This looks like it might be the best value in this whole thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Keep your distance. Keep your distance. Yeah. I mean, I actually do kind of like this. Keep this as a memento of some of the recent silliness that we've seen. And made in China. Made in China. There we go. Right there. At least somebody could profit off of it, huh? What else do we have that I like in here? Oh, no, I don't like that. Actually, I'm going to save that. Save that. Let's look at these. These are some super shears. We've all seen super shears. They cut through pennies. They cut through all kinds of stuff. Now, I haven't opened these up. They're medical EMT shears, sometimes they call them. They're got different names. I remember when I was a kid, they had these and they'd cut through a penny with them. I don't have a penny here. What do I have? I have a 40 caliber shell casing. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a grip on it. Oh. Oh. Well, definitely couldn't cut through a 40 caliber shell casing. But But you know, that only kind of screwed them up, so that's impressive. What else do I have lying around over here that might be interesting to try to cut with these? Ah, I know what I have. Here we go. Here's a piece of the lifting strap that I used in the BudK SOG video. Let's see if we can cut through that. Should be able to cut through this. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. It cut. Oh nope. Oh nope. Oh no. And that's only half the thickness of what we're cutting in that video with those knives. Let's see if I can finish it from the other side. Oh no, it looks like the lifting strap took the gusto out of the super shears. May be able to cut a penny in half, but definitely not a 40 caliber shell casing or a lifting strap. Oh man, you just want to get that last little bit. Come on, come on. Oh, I should get out the survival buoy. I'm sure I could do it. There we go, yay, look at that, got it. So, super shears, survival shears, EMT shears, however you want to call these. They say they have a value of $4.50. I would not pay $4.50 for these. They're pretty cheap. They're definitely loose after I tried to cut that casing in half, but they were kind of loose to begin with. So we'll set these off to the side. Don't really feel like they're worth $4.50, but so they say. Now this is something we see everywhere with lots of things. It's a fire starter. Let's see. Bushmaster doesn't say. It's got a little sticker, a little Bushmaster sticker. I don't know why it has that. And well, I'm not gonna be able to probably get that to look very good underneath the camera anyway. But get yourself a fire starter. Everybody needs one of those. At least there's only one of those instead of say 5 of them. Let's open up the survival kit. Now the survival kit says that it is a water resistant 3x5 hard shell case. Fits in your pocket if you have big pockets. Vital for bug out bags. Ample supplies for days. Ample supplies for days right here in this box. So I don't know how they fit all the food and water in here, but apparently they did. Kit includes signal mirror, 10 wooden matches, in-flat matchbook, small compass, wire saw, magnesium fire starter, survival distress whistle, fishing hooks, weights, fishing line, 2 cotton balls, flexible wire, pencil, emergency candle, razor blade, condensed survival guide, and condensed injury treatment instructions. Wow, that sounds like what you'd need for a few days to survive. Let's open it up and see what this all looks like. Sure glad it has another compass and fire starter in there. I was worried what might happen if the other one's broke. Okay, it actually is a relatively nice little case, kind of. Ooh, well, there we go. Survival instructions. That's actually pretty thick. Wow. It's got a nice little accident injury evaluation chart. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. That's helpful. What do we have in the survival guide here? Tells you about setting up a plan, which is good. Looking for food, fungi, water, sources of water, dew trap. Well, I mean, taking a, oh, and here you go. Now you can know how to use your compass. That's pretty good. But overall, this looks like just kind of a basic survival guide. It's not bad. So far, oh, it even has a thing about building structures. So that's pretty cool. And ground air signals. Well, that's definitely helpful. Oh, and a little ruler here on the top in millimeters. So I guess if you're American, you won't understand that. No, I mean, we all understand millimeters. We do. I know some people think that as Americans, we only understand standard or imperial. No, we understand metric too. So actually, overall, I'm not that disappointed with our little survival guide. So what else we have? A bag with the wire saw. That wire. Yeah, this is the wire saw. Okay. Wow, there we go. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, see how I'm running my hand down this? My hands aren't made out of wood, and I am not just ripping the flesh off of my hands. So this is a saw. You know what this is gonna do? This is gonna cut the living hell out of your hands trying to saw with this little thing. I'm not saying it wouldn't work. I'm not saying you couldn't cut a very soft tree in half with this, or small branch, but if I can hold on to it and pull it through my hand like that and it's not even making a mark, I don't think it's going to do much to a tree. So wire saw, gonna say junk. Oh, got a little tea light in here. I guess that's our emergency candle. So not much of an emergency candle. Let's see. Oh, emergency whistle. That is loud. And it's got a little clip. It's got a little clip. Got our fire starter. Put that over there with our other fire starter. Oh, a little baby button compass. Well, hey, also seems to work. Some more fishing supplies. Let's pour these out in my hand. I do actually like the fact it's got the clips and everything, but again, it's all pretty low test stuff here. Wow, these hooks are even smaller than the other ones. I don't think you're going to be surviving very well on minnows. Unless maybe it's a 3-hour tour. So again, I mean, better fishing equipment than no fishing equipment, I guess. Here's your pencil. There's a razor blade. There's some copper wire, it looks like. It looks like that is actually copper. Let's use our super shears. Oh yeah, I mean, you're not gonna be able to probably see it on the camera, but that is actually copper on the inside. So some copper wire. I don't know what you use that for. A couple cotton balls. I guess if you're maybe, I don't know what you're gonna use these cotton balls for. Stuff them up your nose. And it looks like a sewing kit with just about enough thread to sew up a pair of socks. And 2 buttons. Oh, and our signal mirror. Which this has a protective coating on it. Oh, let's pull our protective coating off. Oh, that's very shiny. Very shiny. Oh, there I am. Oh. Yeah, I mean, and it's soft on the back, so overall, the little pocket survival kit, I'm going to have to also say pretty naffed. Pretty naffed. Does have a compass, which is important, but that's about it. Well, the pencil's good, and honestly, the pencil and the little accident evaluation and little survival guide, I think those are actually the best 2 things about this case. And then maybe the fact it might be waterproof. I don't know that it is, and no, I would say it's probably not. Water resistant, probably not waterproof. So that is the survival pocket kit, which they say has a value of $20. Okay, they say it's worth $20. Let's go with my least favorite thing in here for what this is supposed to be. And that's this multi-purpose rope. Because if you want to have a rope in your bug out bag, survival bag, or whatever, one of the things that you want from that rope is to know that you can use it to climb. And in order for that to be, you need to have some sort of load rating for the rope so that you know what it can do. This rope doesn't have anything like that. And so you really wouldn't want to go climbing with this if you don't know how strong it is. Now the rope itself, I've not really looked at it before this point. Well, it's really too narrow for climbing rope. You could use it. It is actually narrowing up the more I pull on it. But you got a lot of this rope here that's going to really be of dubious use. You could use it for what you use rope for, tying things up. You could use it for setting up a tent or a structure. Maybe, hell, maybe there's even something about that in here. I didn't look that closely at it. But without having any sort of load rating, the real uses, or your real safety in the use of this rope, is limited. See, how much do they say that this rope is worth? Oh, there we go. Oh, $10 and it's 65.5 feet long. So, you know, I'm not really that thrilled with it. In fact, I'm not thrilled with it. Just your basic, what's that? Nylon rope? I think it's nylon. Oh, wow, look at that. Also available. It doesn't actually say on here what it's made from. It just says handcrafted in China. And it just says multi-purpose rope. It doesn't say climbing rope. So I guess it's not intended for you to think you could climb with it. And I'm not saying that you couldn't climb with it unless maybe you're very heavy. But to rely your whole weight on this, I think, would be a mistake. Or to rely the weight of your group on this. Say you have to climb down an embankment or climb up an embankment, or a cliff. I don't know if I trust it with this. Setting up a shelter, tying a door shut, tying a person up, I'm sure it would do the job. But I find it kind of dubious as actually being something you'd want in your emergency preparedness kit. And we'll finish off here with actually two of the things that I really do like a lot in this. In fact, well, this I like better than this, even though this is actually much more useful, the dynamo flashlight. But I thought this was a neat addition, these snaring small animal game and survival. Snaring small game and survival snaring. That's kind of a weird title. This is a $15 value. Let's look at the guide here before we look at the stuff. Oh, it does actually have some ways to shows you some ways to set up the snares, which is good and nice. And not just that, this is something that, you know, if you didn't have some knowledge of beforehand, this is good to have. Now, I will also say that a lot of, well, yeah, I mean, you can make snares without having a kit. And you could use, well, you couldn't use that big rope for the snares because it's a little bit big. But if you had some paracord, you know, I'm surprised this thing isn't full of paracord. It's got enough compasses in here. But I still thought this was a neat addition, and actually kind of worth the $15. You got 3 snares. You could set those up around your camp that you've set up underneath a tarp with your survival rope. And maybe catch yourself some bunnies, squirrels, or, well, not raccoons. I mean, you can eat a raccoon if you're desperate, but I'd rather not eat a raccoon. They are full of parasites. So, handyman, and small game animal snares, good value. Maybe not, I'm gonna say okay at $15. Now the handyman multi-tool. Now one of the reasons why I like this, even though these things are kind of silly, is that you do have pliers, even though they're small, and honestly you will break them if you try to use them for anything significant, much like this clip is also junk, I'm sure. But there are times where it's hard to substitute even a crappy pair of pliers with something else. So that's actually one of the things that puts this right up at the top of the list of junk that's in this box, junk that's in the trunk. Now, what do they say this thing's worth? You know, it'd have been helpful if I'd pulled these out as, I have them listed, but I didn't do that because I thought, you know what, I'm just going to pull out what I want to pull out. And now that's kind of been a mistake. $10. They said that this is worth $10. And it's got, well, as we said, it's got, or we said, as I said, it's got the pliers. And then a knife blade that's pretty hard to get out. So there's a small knife blade, which is probably not that great. A small saw blade, which, hey, just so you know, if I ran the small saw blade over my finger the way I did that wire a wire saw would definitely cut me. So, plus on the saw, although these things are junk, you're never going to actually cut through anything significant with that. Is that all that's... Kind of looks like that's all that's in there. No, that is all that's in there. And then you have a screwdriver and a bottle opener here. Does that come out? No. Okay, well, as much as I did like this thing, and I do really like the pliers, it's also not very great. So, overall, when we total everything up, total comes to $125.89 worth of stuff that came in the box. Now slightly less since I did break that one thing, the one clip. And that is more, $50 more so than what I paid. But do I think that this is in any way worth spending your $76 or now $80 on? Not if you're looking for stuff that's actually going to be useful. I only found one or two things in here that are useful, and the main thing that I found useful is the box. So, would I buy this again? No. Unless I knew it had a lot better stuff in it than what this has, or a better variety of things that might actually help someone in a survival situation, then maybe I would buy it. But otherwise, I'd probably just buy this box and then spend another $50 filling it full of useful stuff that you could use, rather than, well, this flashlight's pretty useful. But, you know, no, I won't. I mean, I'm sure I could cut the saw in half with the super shears. You know, not trying to be down on BudK here. I like a lot of the stuff they sell, but this is definitely something that I won't call it a bait and switch, but I would definitely say that of all the stuff in here, rather than being good for an emergency situation or a disaster situation, I would definitely say this falls under the sweet stuff category. And I don't really find it that sweet. I find most of it pretty bitter. But if you enjoyed the video and you found it interesting and maybe informs your decision on whether you want to buy one of these crates or not, I'd appreciate a like. If you watched some of my other videos and you like those too, I'd appreciate if you subscribed. So, hopefully you found it informative, and like I said, nothing against BudK. I like a lot of their stuff, but this is definitely something I would pass on. The Doomsday Prepper Crate, I kind of thought from the title it might be something like this, something like a flea market survival box, and kind of ended up being. Thanks, and have a great day.